turn my phone on, I must wipe it because it literally looks like I've got a film because it's just got horrible massage oily fingers. Okay, let's start with a really deep kind of warrior pose. So try and just push that outer back foot into the mat to keep you grounded. Come quite low to feel the stretch through the inner thigh, and let's just take it over into that mermaid stretch. Try not to sink into this kind of shoulder. So just really reach long. Take a beautiful breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more, in and out. Last one. And out. And then just let that arm come back to shoulder height, come into just the warrior pose, and then take that thumb up towards the ceiling. Again, take a beautiful deep breath in. And out. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. And then come back to parallel, but kind of turn your feet ever so slightly in. And then just take the hands, interlink them and pull your shoulder blades together. So you're creating a stretch through the pec wall, in the chest, chin to chest. And then bring the hips backwards and gently. You can just come to a half fold if you want, or you can come all the way down towards the floor. Letting the head just hang, reaching the fingertips up, so really push the hands up towards the ceiling. And then bring them hands out to shoulder height. Really ground the feet into the mat and give yourself that little bit of core control. Push through the heel. Very, very gently start restacking the spine back up. And then go on one now. I know it's warm, isn't it?
I just been to the gym.
And then into that deep. Have you just been to the gym? You are good. And then over. And again, take a breath in. Really try and reach that. Imagine someone's pulling that top hand. Again, don't sink into that shoulder. Last one. Again, bring that arm out to shoulder height. Reach, sink a little bit more. And then take that back hand to the back leg. Reach up towards the ceiling. Again, deep inhale. Last one. And then gently up. And then just come in a little bit, not too much, keep the knees soft. Just take 4 pelvic circles, 2 in one direction, 2 in the other. Beautiful, well done. Let's come to centre position. So let's just try and take our hips in each different direction, guys. So hands into prayer. And then we're just going to lift and we're just going to take 4 extensions and bends, and 3 and 2 and 1. Back down to the side, keep that knee soft, don't lift too high. 1, 2, try and keep pelvis still. 3, 4, and then to the back this time, tuck the tailbone there. And again, don't lift too high, just squeeze the bum for 8 this time. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then see if you can grab hold of the foot to bring it into your tree pose. Really spread the toes of the supporting leg. Push the sole into the floor, can't speak. Hold, and then to keep your gaze on a particular spot, gently down. 5 more. Inhale up. Out breath. 3 more. 2. And 1. Lovely. Take that foot over the other one. Reach up really high. Grab the wrist. Do a lateral stretch. Pulling on that wrist. You feeling the stretch almost up into the armpit. Take a breath in. 2 more. Back to centre, chin to chest, take the hips back, gently floating down, weight forwards into the feet. Sit bones up towards the ceiling, just let everything really hang. Take a beautiful deep inhalation through the nose. Out through the mouth. In. And out. 2 more. Last one, big breath in. Bend that front knee and slowly, slowly start restacking that spine back up. Beautiful. Let's come to the other side. I'll turn this way. Okay, so hands to prayer position. Again, spread the supporting toes, so the toes on the supporting foot, should I say. And then hold and take it forward for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep that knee soft, draw the tummy in, head lights on the hips, lift for 4, for 3, don't let that big toe on the other leg start coming away from the mat. And then to the back again, tuck the tailbone, weight slightly forward, squeeze the butt. For 2, for 3, 4, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can just grab, bring it up into tree pose, never as good on this leg. Push that big toe into the mat again, draw the tummy in. Take a big inhalation. Out, breath back to the heart, sorry. And again, 5 more. Three more. For 2. Last one. Beautiful. Take that foot over, reach up again, grab that wrist and push it over, lateral stretch, stretching through. Kind of a lot of muscles run through the side of the body, so try and keep your side work going because it can get super tight. Take a big breath in. Last one. Back to centre. Keep the front knee a little bit soft. Take the hips back and again float down into that IT band. Run a stretch. Again, letting the head can feel quite intense this one. So just let everything try and relax. Take some deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In and out. 2 more. Last one. And gently up. Fabulous. Well done. Okay, grab hold of Jen. You probably haven't got a ball made, but if you have, grab hold of it. If not, just follow the moves bit. So just take your ball in between the inner thighs. I'm like so juvenile, it always makes me giggle when I put my ball between the inner thighs. And let's take it up, squeeze that ball. So keep the squeeze through the inner thighs. You can always use a yoga block as well. I've just enrolled onto a breath. Do you know when you think, oh, I've not done a breath workshop for so long? So I'm doing one on the 9th of March. And I've booked it for my best friend as well, but she can't come. I didn't even think that something's happening. So I'm taking Martin, Jen. That'll be fun. And it's like, what are you trying to do to me, Joe? You put me into a yin yoga tomorrow night. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just keep into that, but just get our shoulders moving, guys. So just come into prayer, take it out, and then come up onto the balls of the feet into kind of like a breaststroke. And round, so really squeeze it. Beautiful. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Really good. These are kind of breast cancer ones, like really good for like lymphatic system and that. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And then circle around. 2.
It's about
Mine same. 3.
It's the collarbone, shoulder.
It's weights as well, isn't it? You know, if you work through, if you strengthen with things like plank. I always get a bit worried when I massage people, sort of like scap area, and there's like no muscles, because they don't, and that's not good as well. Do you know what I mean? And then just keep a squeeze on the ball. And we're just going to, again, really quite dynamically push the palms together. Again, just see if you can close your eyes and take a rotation. Inhale to stay. Out, breath center. Inhale to stay. Out, breath rotate. Inhale to stay. Out, breath center. And again, inhale to stay. Out, breath center. Rotate. Inhale to stay. Out, breath center. Inhale to stay. Out, breath rotate. Inhale to stay. Out, breath center. Well done. And just hold. Keep that push on the palms and just keep your eyes closed, but take your palms up to ceiling. Out, breath back down. 1 more. Push the palms in, reach up. Out, breath. Well done. Just gently open your eyes. And then just take the ball away, and we'll just do 20 wide position squats, and then we'll get down on the floor today. So keep the shoulders down, and then just gently, and 2. That look cracked?
Me.
3, 4, 5.
I'm going to try that collagen that lady recommended, because I don't think the one that I'm using is strong enough anymore.
So yes.
Right.
What did you say it was called again? Something in
Hunters.
Oh, Hunter and Gather. Yeah. I will use, in fact I need to order some, because my nails are terrible. Oh my god, they grew unbelievably. Wow. But then I stopped taking it and started taking that other one, which I've stopped because my head were. Yeah. So I think that's good. And you can't taste it at all.
Oh really?
In your coffee. I just put a tablespoon in my coffee and you can't, can't taste it.
Because I've done loads of research and always done it, and then I was just...
I think it's type 1 and 3 that.
Yes it is. and it's bovine, and it's certified, and it's 13,000 milligrams, whereas mine's only 10.
Right,
So
I'm going to order some today.
I've got this liquid left and I keep tasting it.
Oh no, too. That's the problem. I used to drink aloe and then back in. But the problem is, if you don't like something, the taste, sorry guys, these together, I knew that didn't feel right. And then again, then you stop taking it, don't you? And then the other way. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's come to the edge of your mat. I'll just get rid of my fatty shoes. So if you come to the edge of the mat, if you don't want to hold into plank, you can just go into a child's pose, guys. So remember, it's your practice. So chin to chest, take the hips back and gently down. So remember, you know, loading the wrist is really good for kind of bone density. And the older we get, the more risk we are of osteoporosis. So try, if you really think about pushing into the mat, so almost like pushing the mat away, lifting your breastbone, and then rounding your shoulders a little bit, so you're not pinching your shoulder blades together, you're doing the opposite. That really helps with the plank position. And then just send the heels towards the floor. And just hold. You can always take the knees down and just draw the navel in towards the backbone. Good, and let's try and work through the obliques. I'll just show you a modified version. If you just take your left knee down and then just have a rotation. So keep the push into that left wrist and then just turn and lift up and really lift the bottom waist. Just hold. Lift up, pushing into the mat. So you've got that really big gap between ear and shoulder. And then back the other way, just take the right knee down and then just twist. Hold, lift up the bottom waist. We'll do that one more time. I'll show you the full one. So you come back into plank. If you want to do it, don't feel that you have to push the mat away. And you just twist, lift up, lift the bottom waist. Obviously quite an advanced move, so if the shoulder doesn't feel like it's strong enough. And then back to centre and swivel the other way. Lift, hold. And then just back into plank, knees down. Keep your knees together, just into a really closed position, child's pose, and just come down. Just take some lovely deep breaths in and out. Do 2 more deep in breaths. And out. Last one. And let's keep with, I know you like to as well, Jim, let's keep with some glute work, guys. So remember, strong glutes will help the back. So again, just so the wrists don't bother you, if you just kind of mess around with like the weight, and what you don't want is the weight really directly over. So if you think about taking your hands slightly forward of the elbows and then really widen your fingers so the weight is evenly distributed. Draw the tummy in, and we're just going to take that left leg back. Again, think more about pushing the mat away, lifting the breastbone, rounding the shoulders, but more importantly, don't lift the leg too high. So we're just lifting and lowering. So we're lifting, lowering. Hip extension, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and then hold it up. And just bring it across the midline and then back again. So in for 2, keep that core engaged, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to centre, and then just hamstring curl it for 8, for 7, keep pushing in, it's so easy to let that breastbone drop again, and 4, 3, 2, 1, take that foot down, bring the other leg so you're in plank, the leg you've just been lifting and lowering, bring it in, tuck the foot under and take the knee out to the side, and come down, just give your hands a little bit of a pumping action, and then just hold into that pigeon pose. Beautiful. And then just come onto your hands, keep your leg where it is, and then just bring that back heel if you can. Hopefully the hamstrings won't cramp. Just pull that heel. Beautiful. Back to centre, and let's just give 2 before we do the other side. Let's just do 2 cow to cat. Round. The other way. And back, and then again the other leg, so push them that way, lift the breastbone round, and then just lift and lower, release the wrist in a sec, guys. Keep that core engaged, hold it, just bring the leg in and back, and 2, and 3, and 4, 4, 3, 2, nice tight booty, and then bring the leg heel into bum, into hamstring curl for 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, again back down, lift up into your plank, push the mat away, bring that knee in that you've just been lifting, foot in, and again into that pigeon stretch again. Just give your hands a little bit of a pump to just release the wrist. And then just while you're laid like this, just take the finger next to your thumb, and just take the thumb onto that finger, then the thumb onto the other finger, the thumb onto the next finger, and then the thumb onto the pinky. And then again, pinky, next. I know this sounds really weird, but these are just really nice kind of little joint movements. And then just in and out. So if the wrists and the fingers ever feel, it's one of the major places that people get arthritis in, like fingers and wrists. Just in and out. Good, and then just bring the hands up, sorry, just into position, keep the leg where it is, and just bring, God, my thighs feel tight today. Do you know, if I were you, Jen, today, I'd get on my bike and I'd have a little cycle down to the sea. You probably take it for granted when you're there, don't you? I could just dive in the ocean now, I don't care how cold it is. And then gently down. Well done. Okay, let's do a little bit of hip. I know this might be tough, Jen, with your hips, so I always take this one first. So the front foot, just take it into the thigh of the other leg. Take the hands backwards. And just to start with, so a lot of people, this is enough. The next one that I'm going to do, they struggle a bit with, so it doesn't matter. Just keep the hips going. So ideally the knees should get to the floor. It's not unusual to be able to do one side. So let's just sit like this. And again, keep the shoulders down, a little bit of connection through the car, and just see if you can get up. If you feel it's a little bit uncomfortable, yeah, just make sure your kneecaps on the mat, Amanda. I often turn mine over because the patella obviously is a bone, so it can be a little bit uncomfortable. If you can do these, please do not take them for granted because so many people can't. So we're just going to do, so you want to really try and do about 15 on one side. Well, not today, we're just going to do another few on this side and then we're going to switch. Or just do that one, Jen. Jen had to hit the placement years ago, so sometimes that internal rotation's tough. And then down, and then the other side. So again, for me, even sitting like this is feels not quite as good. But lots of people can do, I was doing them last night in class, and like 2 people couldn't do it, and the other 4 could do one side and not the other.
Alexa, welcome to the roof.
Alexa what? Who's Alexa? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, so just keeping the hips strong and mobile, and then just take the legs out nice and wide. We'll do a little bit of sort. So just be careful with this one. It's a rotational and a stretch as well. So we're just going to take the hands out, so the thumb's pointing up towards the ceiling. You need to keep that core engaged, so make sure you've got that navel to spine. And we're just doing a rotation, and then like a roll down. So the idea is, it's an advanced move, the idea is that the hand's supposed to get to the outside of the ankle if it can. Great, if not, don't worry. Gently back up. So if you're very tight through the spine and the hamstrings, it may be that you just feel that you want to take the hand to the shin, as opposed all the way. And then back up again. And restack. Back to centre, rotate, down, restack, back to centre, 2 more. I could understand why this were an advanced move tool. Most people can't get the hand anywhere near. And then back.
And I think I'm stiff at the moment.
Yes, yours is pretty good, to be fair. And then back, and then again, just take palms down, just walk it forward, again, to where you feel comfortable. Don't feel that you need to force it down, just take a deep breath in. Do you ever follow someone called Roger Frampton?
No.
He's very good. But I bought Finley because Finn was so stiff through his inner thighs, his hammies, everything.
Yeah, it's just,
yeah.
yeah.
And he's been doing some of his movement. I got him the book. He's brilliant. He's all about mobility.
Oh.
He's fabulous. And I keep thinking I've got to read more of it. Do you know what I mean? But it shows you loads of ways of getting Roger Frampton. I'll show you. I'll bring you. If you remind me, I'll get your book. Borrow it for a couple of weeks.
Just they've got so short since I've had all my problems. It's awful. And then obviously then
yeah, and then you've just got to be a little bit careful that you don't force it down, because then it gets more into the back, doesn't it? There's not enough hours in a day sometimes to really do everything that you want to do. And then the other side.
I can't just do the exercise. It's like, no.
The other side. I've paid for this course though, this new massage course that's all about scarring and like how people who've got scars, and you think of how many people have scarring from knee replacements, hysterectomies, cesareans, breast cancer, and how trauma, so that can even from things like hip replacements, how trauma has a massive stuff by really massaging scars. The course sounds wonderful. It's a lady who's got a clinic on Harley Street. But literally, I've done about an hour, it's a year's course, and I'm like, I need to get, but it's time, isn't it? I need to book some time off work here. And then come down onto the mat, guys, and we'll just, again, if you've got your ball, which I don't know what I've just done with mine, place it between your inner thighs again. If you haven't got one, doesn't matter. But try and buy a ball or a yoga block at least, because it just gives you that strength through the inner thighs and a little bit of pelvic floor kind of engagement. So always with bridge, always feel like you're lengthening the collarbones. Try not to turn the shoulders in. So we want the length through the shoulder blades on the mat. And then just push your feet into the mat, particularly the arch of the foot and the heel. And then just gently roll into imprint, keeping that squeeze on the ball as you come up. Really pushing into the mat, sending the knees long. The hips are nice and high, but again, you're on your shoulder blades, not your neck. Take a beautiful breath in at the top. And slowly lower, bone by bone. Close your eyes. Send those messages to the brain that our joints are healthy, all the way through imprint, back to neutral. Let's go again, breath in, gently roll the lower back into the mat, so you squash an imaginary grape, and then start lifting your bottom, squeezing through the ball as we come up, holding. And then just think about your rib cage. So hopefully the ribs are in and down, so they're touching each other. And we're just going to take the right hand. So give your bum a little bit of a squeeze to protect the back. And just take the right hand and start bringing it over towards the floor. So backwards without letting the ribs come with you. Just a bit of endurance in bridge. And then back down again. And the other side. And back down. Take a beautiful breath in. Slowly lower. One by one. Beautiful. Let's take another breath in. Gently roll the lower back. Start peeling our spine away. Sending the knees and the shins forward. So your hips are nice and level, and we're just going to tuck the tailbone, and we're going to try and raise our toes. So keep the rest of the foot on the floor and just raise the toes, not onto normally we come onto the balls of the foot, but we're coming into the heel this time. And then just squeeze the balls so you're strengthening the quads a bit more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the toes back down, take a breath in, and slowly lower. 1 by 1. Just one more, guys, but this time the opposite. We're going to go into the ball of the foot. So come back into your imprint, start taking the spine away. And then this time the hips are high, we're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. So the heels are away, tuck the tailbone again, and this time we're just going to drop the butt an inch or two. So drop for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Take the heels down, take a breath in, and slowly, slowly lower. And I always want to give myself a really good squeeze of the knees into chest after I've done bridge. So just cross your ankles, bring your knees into chest. Beautiful. And then just grab the right shin, bring the right knee into chest, lengthen the left leg, heel on the floor, point that foot. And the other side. How do roll-ups feel these days?
They're fine.
Are they alright? Good. So no, they were alright for a while. Roll-ups were tough, weren't they, when you had your back problem? Okay. Good, well done. So let's just do something that looks really easy, but if you do it correctly, you should really feel the core strengthening, sorry. So if you lay your legs nice and straight, and then we're just going to take the hands underneath the head, interlink the fingers. So interlink the fingers, thumbs into the nape of the neck, elbows nice and wide, and really just feel, so in this position the ribs are in and down, and you've got that little gap underneath the lumbar spine, so the pubic bone and the belly button are nice and level, that imaginary tray of drinks that don't spill. Chin to chest, and we're going to lift up, but try and lift quite high. So I'm lifting quite high, but I'm not moving here, so I'm not squishing each time I come up. And when I come back down, I'm not increasing the gap. So I only come down about 3/4 of the way and then lift again. If you bring your head all the way back down, sometimes the ribs can separate, which we don't want when we're doing abdominals. We do want to practice rib kind of in and out for stretch, but when we're doing abdominals, we want them together. And out breath. And lower that down. And again. And down. Good, let's do 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Well done. Just come down, bring your right leg into tabletop, left hand to the outside of that thigh, and then just come over into that soothing pine spine. Tight. Yeah.
Just cracking.
Yeah. I am today, but my back often cracks when I do this.
Don't need to see the osteopath.
2 more.
I've been up since 5.
Oh, have you then? I'm back to centre.
And I woke up at 2 with a snoring husband.
Oh, do you know, I woke up and exactly the same. I said, you know, that shooting pain in my ear. I thought, oh God, what's that? And I never take tablets. And I thought, oh, shall I take some paracetamol? And then by the time I'd come downstairs for a drink of water and got back up, Martin went, I thought, so I just went in the upstairs bed.
Well, I got out and went in the spare bedroom, 2
Yeah.
o'clock. But then you like close the curtains, oh, I need a wee now. And then you just think, oh, now you think, oh, I'm wide awake now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
And then gently back, I know. And then come over onto your side. So again, let's just soften that bottom knee, guys, because I really just want to make sure the pelvis is nice and stable. And then again, make sure you've got this nice gap underneath that lumbar spine. We're not going to do loads because we've done a little bit of glute work already. But we're just going to lift into a pointed foot. Lift and lower. Lift for 2. Lift for 3. 4. Good, and then flex the foot, drop, lift for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, point again, nearly there. We're just going to do 5 circles in one direction, 5 in the other. For 2, 3, 4, 5 in the other, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Before we come on to kind of doing a glute stretch, we're just going to bend both knees And then what I want you to do is just kind of take your hands in this position, so your ears kind of resting on the bicep. Try and anchor the hips down a little bit. And all we're going to do is take that hand, follow it with our eyes, and then just stop at 12 and just let the hand come over. Give your wrist a bit of a flick in and out, just to open up the chest. If that feels easy enough, you can try this next one. So just take the gaze onto the thumb, and then just take the hand over, and then just rotate. Well, not just, some people find it hard. Just to open up the chest, take a breath in, and out. In. And then just bring it back over. I feel this stretch in all different places. It just depends. Sometimes I feel it here. Today I am feeling it in the sort of pec area. And then again, follow, open door, and take a beautiful breath in, and out, in, and out. Last one. And gently over. Well done. And then just come onto your back. The leg you've just been lifting and lowering, we'll just take it into normal figure 4. Just lift that underneath foot, but push that knee away. You can circle the underneath ankle. Click, click, click. Beautiful. And then just lengthen both legs. You can get just around to the other side if you don't want to do roll up, but if you do, take your arms backwards. Take a beautiful inhalation. Let the ribs on the inhale really come up and out. Just really gets that breath. And then as you bring your arms up to ceiling on the exhale, let the ribs start coming in and together again, coming towards the hips as we reach forward and re-step back up. And hopefully you got up, Jen. And then come over onto that other side. So again, lift and then lift and lower. Lift for 2, keep that waist lifted. For 3, 4. Flex, drop, lift. Hold it up, point the foot, circle for 5, circle 4, 3, 2, 1, circle back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just give it a little bit of a heel into both. I forgot to do that on the other side. And then again, keep them knees together. And again, I always do. I know if you find this one, the other one easy, but some people really, really struggle with the other one. So I always do this one just to get that little bit of a stretch through that pectoral wall. So if you're very a bit kyphotic and you've got quite rounded shoulders, the next one's quite hard. So again, the idea is that some people's hands don't touch down. It doesn't matter, just do what you can and then rotate, opening up the chest. Quite tight actually. Take a breath in. And then back. And again. Push the bottom hip down and round, opening up that chest. Oh, I didn't realise I was tying my pen. And just gently back. I think I missed a flexion out, so just lengthen that top leg again, Guy, and then just flex your foot and just drop and left. I don't think I did this one. And 2, 3, 4, 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, it feels a bit spring-like today. I can feel the warmth. And then take that foot on your knee. Just bring the foot away and push. I do feel like we're coming out of that dregs of winter, do you?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. It's
we
keeping
can have
light.
snow again soon though.
I read that last night.
Well, it's next week. It's 6 years since Mum died, and her funeral day was the 8th of March. The snow that came down brought these to a standstill.
Really?
Honest to God, it absolutely bucketed
Oh
down.
my God.
So you can still get snow.
No, you can,
April.
yeah. It said last night, I read a thing on Twitter, I mean, I don't know that they're expecting snow again.
Yeah, it's always a short little,
And then
you
come
get
over.
little bits of warm and then it's...
Yeah. And then round we are seeming to get warmer springs though, aren't we? And
Yeah.
rubbish summers, to be fair. Beautiful. Back to centre. Just walk your hands back a little bit, guys. Take the hips up nice and high. Let the head hang towards the chest. Just take the right heel down and the left again. Don't force it. Just take. No, I needed that. And then take the right heel down. Just hold that stretch. And the other side. Beautiful, and then soften the knees, bring your hands back to your feet and then softly start restacking that spine back up. Ah, thank you, my lovelies.
Thank you.
Have a fabulous